Quantum Illumination Reiki may have been channeled through me, but it continues because of you. Today, I am bringing on one of our masters and now teachers of Quantum Illumination Reiki, and I'm so excited to have this conversation with her. And I just want to share a little bit about her and a little bit of the background as well before we bring Louise on. So first things first, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Kristen Jones. I'm the founder, originator, and a channel of Quantum Illumination Reiki, which is the newest, most powerful style of Reiki to date. And I'm going to bring on Louise. I see you're here, Louise. You can request to join. I'm going to bring Louise on, and I remember over a year ago, we're like at a year and a half ago, when Louise came into my DMs and we were having a conversation about the dose of Quantum Illumination Reiki, and it blew her mind. And she went on my podcast, and there was a specific line that I will never forget that she shared with me, because it was a significant moment for me too when I had this realization, which was, what got us here won't get us there. We love traditional Reiki. We love how it has served us and supported us. But we know that as the consciousness of the collective continues to awaken, as the frequency of the planet continues to raise, we need these higher and higher frequencies. And Louise is also now a multi-Reiki master herself and has been facilitating healing as well for many years. Hi, Marla. Hi, Sheila. And I will never forget having these voice notes with her. There are even times where we are chatting, I'm like, just talk, because your voice is so soothing and grounding. And so Louise is a powerful healer living in the UK. We had the beautiful opportunity to be able to get to squeeze each other and meet in person earlier this year. And I'm so excited for the work that she is doing with Quantum Illumination Reiki and within her own healing company, and what she has coming is absolutely magical. So let me bring Louise on. All our TikTok family here too. I love this. Louise, hi.
Hello.
I'm so excited to see you.
How are you? How are you? Sorry, I can't really see me very well. I'm going to scooch down so you can see me a bit better.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you're here. This conversation has been a long time coming, and I was just looking at my podcast episodes the other day, and our Instagram live that we did the last time is one of my highest listened to podcast episodes. Everybody just loves some Louise.
Maybe it's the English accent. Maybe that's what it is.
It totally is. I'm always like, what did you just say? Say that again. But I'm so excited that you're here. And so I'm just going to give you the mic. And if you want to go ahead, and you know how this is, we'll just have a conversation. And if there's anything that you're like, this is on my heart, I want to say it. But let's start with who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about your journey, like that led you into like even discovering just Reiki in general.
So, hello everyone. I'm Louise. I'm the creator and founder of Planted Healing, and I am so passionate about supporting people to not only be their best self and to be able to show up as best as they possibly can, but allowing people to be grounded. All of us have such a challenging human existence sometimes. And actually, it's really about how can we show up in a grounded, neutral, calm way to be able to navigate life, because often life is human, and we have to navigate that as best as we possibly can. So I have been trained not only in Asui, so traditional forms of Reiki, but also Holy Fire. And exactly as you said, I stumbled on you on Instagram, and it was like it was just meant to be. And it was that phrase, what got us here is not going to get us there. And I had, at that point, I was experiencing this feeling. I was experiencing this feeling with all of the sessions that I was doing for myself, so my self-healing, but also for my clients, that there's got to be more here. Like, I'm helping, I'm serving, I'm supporting. People are coming to sessions, they're leaving and feeling calm and lighter, and definitely feel like this has helped them and supported them. But there's got to be more. How can I get to the root of supporting them? And I was really on a journey of discovery there to see what this missing piece was. And suddenly we kind of met, didn't we, online? And it was, what got us here is not going to get us there. And it suddenly was like, oh my gosh, it was like suddenly a penny had dropped. And I remember it was just a no-brainer. As soon as you started talking to me about it, it was a no-brainer. I was all in. I was like, when do we start? And I remember there was a little bit of time before the training actually started, and I was so excited because as it got closer, I'd made that commitment, and then as it got closer, it was like the universe was just lining everything up and the excitement was building. And then after that first lesson, I was like, here we go, this is it, this was it, this is what we are looking for. Because something I'd always struggled with, I love Reiki. It's something that has served me and family, friends, clients so well. I love the traditional styles of Reiki. I think they're incredible and they have supported me brilliantly, and they really were the navigating way that I was able to manage, anxiety and post-traumatic stress. But this is it's just so different. We're not coming out of sessions or for ourselves or sessions with clients just feeling lighter and feeling more calm. We're coming out knowing we've shifted some shit, and we are, we're making real-time changes. People are feeling this healing not only in their physical human bodies, but within their subconscious, within their way of being, within their way of showing up. I have said and say frequently on my Instagram page that this modality has changed my life. It's changed the way I serve. It's changed the way I show up in the world. It's changed the way I'm able to support my family, my friends, my clients. It's changed the way that I can lead others and also myself, because it's actually the training that you go through is an experience. You're experiencing this. This is about supporting yourself first to be able to support other people. And I think something that was always slightly sticky maybe, or not necessarily aligned for me with other forms of Reiki or other modalities, because I am trained in other types of healing modalities as well, was that it's either incredibly rigid. And it was almost like this idea that you get it right or you don't get it right, or you might mess it up, or you've got to do it this way, or you've got to do it in this order. And that didn't sit right with me, because we're all different. We're all having a human experience, and our human experience is different to everyone else's. And our light bodies are different to everybody else's. So it didn't make sense that everything had to be so rigid, so regimented. And it didn't make sense that actually, never felt like when I'd done any of these trainings, and some of the trainings are quite short, not being negative, but some of them can be done over a weekend. And what sort of transformation can you have as a human or as a being in just over those weekends? How can that transformation really land, and how can you really experience how you're supporting other people if you're doing it in that short space of time? So there was so many things that I just was waiting to have these little answers, these little bits of, these little pieces to the puzzle. And Quantum Illumination Reiki has blown my mind, has opened my eyes, has really, truly, truly changed my life. And I'm so, so grateful to be able to not only have learned it and to use these sessions on myself, my family, my fur baby, and also my clients. But now, to be a certified teacher, I am so proud that I have got to that stage and had that experience, and now be able to create that ripple effect so I can serve other people, to support their families, to support their selves, and to support other people. So it's very, very exciting.
That's it, you guys. Okay, bye. That's
Sorry, everyone.
joining or no? Like, are you in or not? Are you gonna keep doing your grandma's Reiki or no? Oh my gosh, there's so I've started saying that recently because I'm like, we love traditional Reiki, but this is not it. And I was talking about there's so much that I want to point out of what you just said too, but um, the last part where it's like getting trained quickly, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not right or wrong. It's not good or bad. It's all just information. And I too got trained very quickly. But one of my friends, she commented on one of my TikTok videos where I was talking about this concept of speed through getting trained, and we get to have speed as a healer. We get to move quickly, but does it have to be through a training, right? Are we constantly moving through a training? And she said, I can't, she's like, I always struggled with calling myself a Reiki master because I don't think I can master anything in a weekend. And I was like, that part, right? And that's why with Quantum Illumination Reiki, you spend a year with me. Or if you go with Louise, if you get trained by Louise, you're going to spend a year with Louise because you don't master something in a weekend, you master it through time. And so yes. And then also your mission of really like grounding people, and you have for being a fire energy, you have very grounded energy. And I can say that truly just by like being back and forth with you, but also from getting to be in your actual presence too. Like you have a very grounding energy. And I remember us having this conversation around star seeds, and you're like, I actually don't resonate with being a star seed at all. And that you're like, no, I actually think I'm from here, right? Because I tend to help and magnetize a lot of star seeds, but you're like, no, I actually feel like I'm here. And I love that because not a lot of healers in my world can really resonate with that. So I think like that mission of really grounding it into your human experience is really important.
And I do. It's so interesting because yes, and actually, I think quantum illumination Reiki really calls to people, that have that starting, because it's just because we work with such beautiful high frequencies and we're working all the way up past the natural chakra system, right? So it really resonates with them. And actually I've got a lot of repeat clients that come to me regularly who are absolutely starseeds, and you can see that quantum illumination actually really moves through their bodies and through their human existence, almost like it's remembering that, or they're having this remembrance of these higher frequencies. But I have always, I've always had such a deep connection with nature, such a deep connection to want to have my tootsies in the earth, and always eating to, always wanting to be walking in a forest and touching trees and being near plants and animals. So I think I definitely am deeply rooted in the human experience, but also I think my lifetimes have definitely been here.
Yeah, I love this. I want to answer Marla's question really quick. So yes, there are absolutely trainings where you can get trained in a Saturday. You can do level 1 and 2 on a Saturday. And like I've seen them where, trainings get as a master, like level 1, 2, and then 3 in a weekend. There's even a lot of like, self-paced courses as well. And you can go through it at your own speed without any time. So, it's not right or wrong. It's not good or bad. For me, ethically, I feel that integration is important. I think there's more value in giving yourself permission to have that integration. With quantum illumination Reiki, it is required. It is a standard and it is required because it's not going to harm you in any way, but it is higher frequencies than what the world has had before, and especially with Reiki. So we need that integration time too.
Yeah, and I think with a lot of the Reiki courses, yes, I think the ladies just made a comment about you have to be a Reiki 1 for a month. I think that is the case with a lot of trainings, in that you do it over a weekend, but then you have to integrate potentially for a certain amount of days, then you can do level 2. But the important thing that I think is to highlight is in that month where you're integrating, you're not held. You're not held in a space. And I think that's what's so important is we are, when we're working with any form of Reiki or any healing modalities or any frequency, we are going through things ourselves. We're holding those frequencies and learning what's shifting for ourselves. If we're not in a held space, if we're not in a container, if we're not supported by someone who understands what we're going through to be able to support us on how to navigate that, that's when I think people sort of they have resistance, and that's when they actually probably don't have the true experience and have the true understanding of the frequencies they're working with. And it's something else as well that I will always speak about when it comes to quantum illumination Reiki is the community.
Yes.
It's very rare that when you're learning other forms of Reiki, that you're in a held community. So you don't just have who's teaching you this, you have a community of healers, a community of people that are going through that training with you. So when you do experience something, you can reach out and go, hey, gosh, this just happened. Or, oh, I've been feeling this. How's everyone else feeling? And, or either kind of sharing, oh my gosh, this is really cool, you happened. And all of those things to shift and move through things more swiftly, but also they allow us to have a shared experience. And in reality, the reason that we're all doing this is to be able to share an experience with other people on this planet, is to be able to create change and share a shared experience. So I think that's something that also is really important.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and also I agree. Would explode, trying to learn everything in 2 days. Yeah, and with quantum illumination Reiki, it's a minimum of level 1 is a minimum of 5 weeks. It's an 8-week experience, but it's a minimum of 5 weeks, so a minimum of a month. And then even for me, because mine's fully supported self-paced, so like Louise, I know you'll teach yours live, and level 3 for me is taught live, but like I require a minimum of a 48-hour integration after the attunement before we go into level 2. And then they are learning one key per 2 weeks. So there's 2 week integration. So yeah, speed is not a thing with quantum illumination Reiki, except for the speed of which you heal.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's the way, it's not, I mean, without sort of giving any information away, but it's not about learning a symbol and that's it. It's really about and something that really resonates. And I have taken this on, and when I say things that, when I say it's changed my life, I've taken this on now, because fun, flow, play, and ease is my mantra for life with everything. That's that's what that's what I want my whole existence to be, is fun, flow, play, ease, all of it. That's all of it. And I think the thing is with this modality is that you get to play with the frequencies. You get to play in that space, in that held container. And it is really not about doing it right or wrong. It's about, oh, okay, this is cool. What can I do with this? How can I learn more from this? How can I wonder if this would work. And it is using your intuition, and it's using your own space and the gifts to really be able to play with it. And I think that's something that's different as well, and it certainly has had a real resonance.
Yeah, I love that. Yes. Yeah, when Fun Flow Ease Play came in, and then Trust came in for you guys with level 2.
Full trust.
Trust. Yeah, full trust, full send. But I'm like, you guys are gonna get so sick of me saying trust by the end of level 3.
Yes.
That,
we didn't.
Yeah, I'm like, roll your eyes all you want, but I'm telling you, the way that you're gonna connect to this is by trust. You've got to trust. I'm gonna give you we're gonna give you the benefits. We're gonna give you how it is that you're going to learn. You're gonna get the keys, but simultaneously it is experience, especially with like the 8th, 9th, 11th chakras. The 10th chakra, not so much, but like there's just I would even say a couple others that are not tied to the chakras. Like, it's very experiential. It's like, well, what the hell do I do with this? I'm like, go play.
Yeah.
Hi, Daniela. Yeah. Daniela is at level 1 right now. I saw your message. Hey. I saw your message, Daniela. I will message you back like this afternoon after the live. But yes, okay. I am curious, like, what led you to even being curious about Reiki. Like, I'm curious, and for the people to hear about like your past of what led you to even being curious about learning Usui, or even led you to your healing journey. Did you always know you were a healer, or was this something you were awakened to? What did that look like for you?
I think when I was little, I mean, I would crystals, tarot cards. When I was little, I loved all of that stuff. I loved anything magical, anything, and I was always, if I couldn't be found, I'd be rolling around in the dirt. Like, I'd be rolling around with at the bottom of the garden, always at the bottom of the garden in dirt, thinking I was playing with fairies and all of those sorts of things. But I think as we all do, as we grow up, we forget necessarily some of our gifts that we naturally had. We forget some of those things that we were naturally drawn to. And it was when I really started suffering from anxiety, and really went through a challenging period in my life, and actually was suffering from post-traumatic stress, that I actually thought about, hold on a minute, what do I need to dip back into? How do I connect back into myself? How can I allow myself to not let these feelings of overwhelm and anxiety really take control of me? And that's when I started the journey, I guess. And I did kind of mindset work. I looked at breath work, and I started to have Reiki sessions. And as soon as I had Reiki sessions myself, I was like, I really could feel the difference. It was felt. The first session I had, I remember thinking, oh, that's not what I expected. And that's how I just became really committed to reconnecting with the younger version of me, being really committed to actually turning back and looking back at what really brought me joy, and all of those things to allow me to connect back into it, to release some of this held energy that was in my body, in my mind, in my soul. I think my soul was screaming, "You need to get rid of some of this." So I had Reiki for a long time. I went for regular Reiki sessions, and then I decided that actually this was something that was helping and supporting me so much that I wanted to train in it. And I learned the traditional style of Reiki. But I always, even at that point, I was like, there's something not fully resonating. I felt it was really structured. I'm not a structured person. I'm also not very good at being told what to do. And it's, I like to be creative. I like to do, I'm a creative person. I study in a grammar school, so everything is my mum's an artist, so everything is about creation and making something your own. And I felt like I just couldn't do that. Everything was regimented. It was certain hand positions, it was certain things you had to do. I couldn't get my head around the fact that if I was doing a distance session, I had to do this distance symbol. None of it made sense. And I was doing sessions, and people were feeling great. They were coming out feeling more grounded, feeling calmer, feeling lighter. And I thought this missing piece was maybe going to be Holy Fire. And that's why I trained in Holy Fire, and I trained up to master level. That was it was a longer course. I was actually in that training for a year. And I still had the same feeling. I still had this feeling that I'm not able to use my own tuition. Why am I doing the exact thing for every person that comes in the door? And the answer to that is, if you do the same thing for every person, the same result is all that you're going to get. And that's why collectively clients were feeling the same emotions. I now do in-person sessions. on a Sunday, locally. I can guarantee you, if I have 4 clients that day, every single one of them will come out of that session feeling different, shifted something different, and have had a totally different experience. One of them might have felt it in their body. One of them might have been, but they would have had a totally different experience. And if you lined those three people or three or four people up outside and got them to discuss it, they'll be like, really? I didn't have that experience. Wow. And it's because each session allows you to really, really use your own intuition, work with that person's energetic field, and really understand and be able to work with that person. We're all so different. We're all so unique. And quantum illumination and Reiki allows us to really embrace that, not only as healers, as the people that are giving those sessions, but for the people that we're supporting.
Yes. Okay. I already want to go there with Holy Fire, because I'm like, please, will you please talk about this? Because I'm not trained in Holy Fire. I am a multi-Reiki master, but I am not trained in Holy Fire. And this is one of the biggest questions that I get. I can speak on traditional Reiki because it's all similar. We're all bumping against the same like floor and ceiling, if you will. And also, I wanted, before we go there, because we're going to go there, I also just want to point out, like, no one person will ever have the same experience, but you're not having the same experience as a facilitator either, because I would almost guarantee, like 99% sure, that the keys and the frequencies, we call them frequencies. So, but the frequencies that you're using and where it is that you're going on their physical body, my hands are vibrating, by the way. It's not, yeah, of course they are. But it's completely different every time. It's like, oh, I might start with the third key, and then it's like, oh, now I'm going to the 11th, and now I'm going to the 5th, or like whatever. Like, you just flow.
Yeah. And it's, there's none of this rigid hand positioning. Like, you don't have to do this certain order. You don't even, it's none of that. There's no, the biggest thing for me, I think, is the distance symbol. If anyone that's trained in any traditional forms of Reiki knows that there's a distance symbol, that never made any sense to me.
No.
How can we say energy is everything and everything is energy, and then we've got to use to open a door? It made no sense. It made absolutely no sense to me. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to the difference between Holy Fire, I can't tell you the differences. I could talk for hours on the differences of the experience. So again, I have, with Holy Fire, I was never able, when using that modality, I was never ever able to taught people to shift something.
Before you go on, I do want to, because John said, great point. Yes, I do want to talk about this for just a second, because the concept of the distance symbol, I think we brought it up a couple times, so we want to talk about that. And I think another major difference is the channeling of the life force energy, right?
Yes.
And yeah, I'm assuming you guys do that. We're taught that in Holy Fire.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So yes, same for the styles that I'm trained in. And so with the distance symbol, that is a very 3D concept, is the way that I like to personally explain it. It assumes that there's a door between us and the person that we're sending. Now, I'm in the US, I'm in San Antonio, Texas. Louise is in the UK. I could be like, whoop, and she'd be like blasted with the 5D frequencies. If time and space is an illusion, if everything is energy and energy is everything, if we're all connected, we're all one. If we have access to the quantum field like this, which, by the way, you mentioned earlier that you were blown away by the first lesson of quantum illumination Reiki. That wasn't even the first key. It's not even the first key. That was tapping into the quantum field. And it is life-changing when you know how to tap into the frequency of the limitless possibility and potential. But if we're working with this knowing this, that everything is energy, energy is everything, we do not need a door to access, to be able to support someone else in their healing, whether they're in front of us or not. And we don't actually have to channel the life force energy, which can water down the experience because it's healing the facilitator before it's healing the client. So now we're healing from the pure possibility and potential from the life force energy and the frequency of the quantum field. So I just wanted to riff on that for a second, since John had mentioned that was a great point. And then Marla had Holy Fire too. Yes. I love that. Okay, continue. Holy Fire, go.
So I've never been able to support a client with holy fire and been able to shift subconscious beliefs. I've never been able to support a client to shift a root cause of a problem. And we often talk about holy fire being hugely different to, you know, what we're saying traditional forms of Reiki. I'm about to say it, and I'm sorry if I offend anyone that's trained in holy fire right now. It's not much different. You know, when you have the experience of experiencing traditional forms of Reiki and holy fire, and then you experience quantum illumination Reiki, it's completely different. You know, the traditional forms of Reiki, regardless of what they're called, you know, whether they're, you know, the traditional Usui or holy fire, yes, there are some different symbols in holy fire, but the way that you are expected to do sessions with that regimen, with that certain way, with a certain way of doing things, the way you're channeling energy, that you are you know, using distant symbols, that's all pretty much the same. There's no this, like, you wouldn't train in traditional Reiki and then do holy fire and be like, oh wow, that's so different. It's really not. It's really not. And you know, and I can tell you it's really not, because I studied it for a year, and I'm telling you it's really not that different. It's very the concept is the same. It's still very regimented. It's an idea of, you know, these symbols. You know, something that's very different in quantum illumination is we're talking about frequencies and keys. We're not talking about a symbol and then expecting these symbols to do the work just because we're channeling this light. It just, you know, it is completely different. I've been able to, with quantum illumination Reiki, support people to have shifts in their physical body, to have shifts in their subconscious, deep-rooted beliefs, to have shifts on actually real deep levels of trauma, I would say, that actually I would never have been able to get anywhere close to using the other forms of Reiki. And I genuinely say that another thing that has is such a difference, learning this modality has changed that I am. It's changed the healer that I am. It's changed the person that how I'm able to hold space. So, you know, all of that is you know, all of that has created towards it as well. It's, you know, it's by going through this training, you will make a difference to yourself, and you will make a difference just by the way you're showing up in the world. So even if you decide you don't necessarily want to charge for sessions and create your own business, what you are going to be doing is showing up on the planet differently, is holding space for your friends and family differently, is changing the frequency of the planet, because you have gone through this training and you understand how to show up, to manage your own emotions, to manage your own energy. And that's something you don't get with any holy fire training. Mic drop.
Yes. Yes. And yeah, I think like that right there, I teared up, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But that right there, what you just said, that is quantum illumination Reiki's mission. Like we talk about that all the time inside of the certification. We talk about it. So even on my sales page, you guys will hear me talk about it all the time, everywhere. It's the butterfly effect of healing. It's a concept. If you guys are familiar with the butterfly effect, it's this concept that a butterfly can flap its wings and cause a tsunami on the other side of the world. And with quantum illumination Reiki, it's that same concept, though we're not causing destruction. It's when you put you first, when you take care of you, when you show up for you, when you raise your vibration, it creates a ripple effect that we can't physically see. But it's kind of like there's this reel that I've seen floating around for years, but I saw it recently, and it's kind of like a bunch of people that are like their light is dimmed, they're dark, and it's one person shows up and it's that person is light. It looks like a light bulb, and then they touch one person's shoulder, and then that person's shoulder, and then all of a sudden everyone starts to ripple out, and that's that's what our mission is. And that's exactly,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly it.
And you know, when you go through other trainings and learning Reiki, I think it is just about almost the end point. It's about bye. It's about facilitating the sessions. Quantum illumination, it isn't about that. It is, of course, because that's what so many of us want to do, because we want to go and spread this mission. We want other people to really understand what it means to have control of your own energy, to be able to, you know, say, actually, this is what I need today, and just pick it up and get it, and heal and help yourself. You know, this is, you know, it's not about just focusing on doing sessions and supporting people. It's about how do we show up, how are we supporting everyone around us in the planet. And yeah, and yeah, that's why I will keep saying it, and I'll probably said it 100 times already, that it has changed my life. It has changed my life.
Yeah, I love that too. And I think healers forgot how to take care of themselves. Like everybody knows they need to meditate, they need to do the things that put them first, but everyone has such a big heart. And also, let's just like say it how it is. There's a people pleasing and boundaries thing that goes on too. And when we don't
Yeah.
have those boundaries and we are allowing ourselves to continue the cycle of people pleasing, and then we're also not taking care of ourselves, and quantum illumination Reiki, it is a requirement. It's not
Yeah.
it's not like mind blowing. It's not like anything major. It's 10 minutes a day. Like that's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
You with
Yeah.
you, 2 minutes. That's it. Everybody's got 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And what you said about how your clients have shifted, I love this because every time you think about that, there's a couple different ones that come to mind. One is I cannot get out of my head your own physical transformation. Your like you see it in your face. If you ever feel called to share those, like wow, it is amazing the transformation, because that shows that the free when you take care, like when you are filling you with those higher frequencies, it shows physically, like we're reverse aging. And the boy that's in remission from leukemia, that
Yeah.
one, I think I can't even tell you how many times I think about that, multiple times a week, because it just I'm like wow.
These, you know, this form of quantum, this, you know, quantum illumination Reiki has supported, and this is again another thing, like so many different types of people, you know, so many, you know, this is what I mean, is that the its ability to support. It's not just, I always felt like when I was working with traditional forms or with holy fire, there was only so many things that I could help with. There was only so many things that I could help somebody walk into a room and be able to shift. I really now do feel like there's always some way that we can help people with this, because it's about enabling people to call in what they need. It's not about a rigid calling in what's required. What does this human need? What does this light being need? And it really is about having done the work yourself to really understand what the guidance is that's coming forward for you. Because if you start this training, your gifts are going to be turned on in very different ways. You're
Yeah.
going to be, you know, experiencing things for yourself that you have experienced before. Your, you know, gifts that maybe you haven't witnessed will start coming through.
Yeah.
And that again is about the work that we're doing on ourselves.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite secret surprises is those soul codes. And the amount of people that are writing books, I'm like, you guys,
I know.
I don't know what's happening. Or even like shifts in career, shifts in family dynamics, like all the things. It's so amazing. Like, wow.
Mm.
Um, yes, okay. So your journey through level 1, 2, and 3. I mean, if you could just even share what that was like, and two, just kind of reflecting what you said, because at each level, it, no matter what level you are, it does provide the opportunity to be able to help people wherever they are, and you can create an insane transformation, whether you're in level 1, 2, or 3. And when you go to level 3 and you learn alchemical fields and quantum illumination, or alchemy through the lens of quantum illumination Reiki, now it's limitless. Like that could be a whole course in itself, because
Yeah.
now there's like, you can literally, the world is your oyster. Like it's
Level 3 was like, I mean, I remember, we've got, the community of girls that went through the level 3 together, who we're soul sisters. Like, I absolutely adore them. And level 3 was you almost, I don't even know how to put it into words, because the shifts that I experienced in level 1 and 2 were immense. I was able to shift through things that I didn't even realize I needed shifting through. But when I got to level 3, I was like, what? And it's such a good job that you do have that time to play with those frequencies and experience them and integrate them, because there's some bad boy frequencies in there that are, they are gonna do some shifting. There is no way you're not, clearing things out and sending them back to the light with some of these frequencies.
yeah.
And so it's big healing we're doing with these level 3 frequencies.
Yeah, and it's very intentional. Like when people come into level 3, I'm like, okay, but you lean in, you don't lean out, you don't run, you lean in, which I think is a natural instinct for us to want to go and hide. Like, oh, things are hard, oh, I'm going through it. And it's like, doesn't matter, lean in, because that's how you're going to be supported, because yes, they are big boy frequencies, and they will reveal your shit. But not in a way that's like Dark Night of the Soul. It's no. Now it's in your conscious awareness. So what are you going to do about it? Let's alchemize it.
Yeah. And also, I think that's another, something really that I'd love to share as well about, I've used any other forms of Reiki and have done sessions for people. I really experienced burnout with those sessions. I really used to be exhausted. I used to be exhausted after sessions, and not just because you're taking on other people's energy or whatever. I was just awful tired. I used to struggle sometimes to do maybe more than 3 sessions in a day. I don't have that experience at all anymore. It's, you're not, and I think that again is something to do with this idea that we're not actually channeling this through us, the channel for this. We're not, I know some, Reiki healers that really feel like, this idea of Reiki, the Reiki flu, and, people feeling really exhausted, or also like some ideas that you feel like in some modalities you are going through this dark night of the soul. Like that doesn't happen with quantum illumination Reiki. It's so gentle on your nervous system. I get up in the morning and use some of those level 3 frequencies just because they make me feel brilliant. And it's not because and I'm not ever feeling like when I finish a session that I need to suddenly do a huge amount of rest or recuperation before I do another one, if you see what I mean. And I think that's something really that is a massive difference. And certainly with the other ladies that have gone else that might be listening later that's going through level 1 or 2, if you have done other forms of Reiki, I'm sure that's something that you've noticed as well, is that you just don't have that sheer exhaustion after sessions.
Yeah, or the need to really, like, of course, we're going to do energetic. We talk about, especially in level 3, we talk about ethics, and all of those things are really useful to talk about and important, in my opinion. But there's no like dire need to hurry up and like smudge yourself, or like put up all these walls and protect yourselves as you're getting ready to go into a session or anything. Like, sure, smudge your space. Like, like do the energetic cleansing that you feel like you need to do, but there's no taking on other people's energy. There's no your clients come to you to feel better and then they feel like crap because they're going through the Reiki flu or a purge or whatever. It's like they feel better because it's pure frequencies. It's higher vibration. It's the 5D plus. It's yeah, that's the main thing that's coming through right now is it's supporting them at the root in a way that's quick, that's lasting, that's gentle and soothing to the nervous system. And so when we're working, when we're not channeling, but we're working with frequencies that are pure possibility, potential, and we're supporting them in that way, now we're not just healing, clearing out, we are alchemizing, and they're filled with the higher frequencies, so they're automatically vibrating, so their shifts are immediate. So yes, I love that you pointed that out because that is a huge difference. I was getting ready to sneeze there for a second, so I was like, hold.
But yeah, like a real difference with that.
Yeah.
I think that's something else. I'm just gonna, because it's come to me, so I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
I often felt with other forms of Reiki that it really was, there was a lot of fear energy around everything.
Yeah.
It was about, you know, there was a real lot of fearful energy around energy itself, around, you know, foreign energy or other people's energy. There was lots of fear created around that. And team that with doing that training in a limited, unsupported space, and then in that energy, you're channeling life force to support someone else. That life force has got to do a lot of work on you before it even is getting through, because a lot of the time you haven't done the work to be able to support someone else well enough. And I genuinely feel that, you know, I feel so confident in my ability as a practitioner now that I definitely did not have that confidence before. I think somebody mentioned in one of the comments, like, oh no, you mentioned that one of your friends has said, how can you master anything? And that is so true, is how can you support others if you haven't experienced how these shifts work yourself? And I think, you know, that is really different. There is nothing to fear in quantum illumination Reiki. We're with the light. We are working with the highest frequencies. We're working with the 5D. You know, we're working with the starlight. So there's nothing to fear in this environment, and only anything to gain.
Yes, and literally the starlight, because QIR originates from, it is Palladian and Octarian, so it's literally of the stars is where it channeled from. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, there's very rarely do I magnetize people that are like, oh, I want to do like releases or anything like of darker energy. But sometimes that happens and I'm like, well, I can't speak on that personally. I can refer you to someone who can, but I'm like, protect your energy, use your discernment, remember the ethics. Like that's, and trust your training, trust your intuition. And if it doesn't feel right for you, then don't do it. You can always refer people to it. Yeah. But on a day-to-day basis and protecting your energy or having a session, no, it's like, yes, you're going to protect your energy like you would any other time, and you're going to cleanse the space before and after a session. Amazing. But that's it. Like, there's no need to like everybody calm down.
Yeah. It's just, I think that it breeds this fear energy in ourselves, and fear in itself is of lower vibration, isn't it? But you know, with quantum illumination, we're working only with those frequencies of light, only with the light, only with those beings of star, only with all of that. So it's, you know, it vibrationally it's very different as well, I think.
Yes, agreed. So good. Okay, so at the beginning I said this may have channeled through me. I'm picking up your accent. Through me. Quantum Quantum Illumination Reiki may have channeled through me. I may be the founder and originator, but it continues because of you. And I knew when I channeled Quantum Illumination Reiki, I knew from the get-go it was not meant to be just mine. I knew that this was going to outlive all of this. I knew that it needed to come through. I knew that there were specific steps that I needed to put. And yeah, we love Louise's accent. There were specific steps that I needed to put into place to be able to make it a legitimate certification for people to go through. But I will never, ever forget, before we started our very first cohort, someone had asked in my question box, what's the lineage of QIR? And it was like, it's me. Hi. At the time, right? And now, and I, of course, said that with confidence. I was like, well, it's me, and it's going to continue because of you. And now, over a year later, we have people who have gotten trained in level 1 and who are QIR healers, people who have gotten trained in level 2 who are master healers and QIR. And we also have our very first 4 Quantum Illumination Reiki masters, and we now have 3 teachers. So in addition to myself, we also have 3 teachers, and our 4th is coming soon. She's working on it now. And so Louise is actually our first, we do have other people in the UK now, but we have Louise is our very first QIR master and teacher. And so yeah, just tell me like what that feels like for you, and then also like what you're working on, because we're working on some things behind the scenes.
Yeah. I'm so, do you know what? I'm so incredibly proud to be the first teacher in the UK. And I'm so excited for there to be more of us in United Kingdom. It's like I still sometimes have to, when I say it, I can't do it with a straight face. Like I have to, like, yes, I'm the first in the, I can't, I get too excited and get really, like all smiles about it. And I cannot.
Sorry. I'm like,
that's all right.
Sometimes being a leader isn't like, I'm going to be calm and grounded. Sometimes it's like, yes. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I'm incredibly proud and so excited because I've always known that I'm here and my mission is to make a difference on this planet. So, whether it's, supporting people, all kinds, or whether they're even animals, I'm here for the planet. I'm here for everything. And I want to make such an impact. And I know I'm here to do that. And for the first time in a long time, I know that this is how that impact can be made on people and the planet. And I've got lots of things working in the background. I'm going to be my first cohort. It's happening in October, so I'm so excited about that. I will make sure that I've dropped a link for the wait list for all of that as well. And I've got lots of bits bubbling in the background, but I'm excited to do this first cohort, to have my first chance to really be able to, because I got trained by you. Right, I'm so lucky that I was trained by the founder and channel. So I can only hope that having that close proximity to be of being supported by you will really allow me to hold that space. And I know that I've done the work on myself to be able to support people in the right way. And I'm just so excited for all those beautiful souls that are going to be coming into my world, so we can continue to make this beautiful ripple effect and really raise the frequency of the planet. I cannot wait. I'm excited. But October pending, here we come.
My face hurts from smiling. Seriously, you leaned in when it was tough. You just showed up. You asked the questions. You're not holding the frequency. You are leading the frequency. Yes. And yes, wave. And yes, like the people that are going to learn from you are like, they are going to be the most aligned. They're going to magnetize to you with ease, and that like them being able to learn from you is going to be such a gift. It's such a gift for me to witness, it's, oh God, you guys have no idea. Oh my God.
Don't stop crying.
It's such a gift for me to witness. It's something that when I started, like when I was channeling and putting things into motion, that I knew one day would come, but I didn't know what that would look like or when or how, right? And so for people to witness, not just people going through my certification, but for people to now get to witness you guys as teachers and thinking about like your launch that is happening, right? And the conversations that you are having and witnessing what that's looking like for you. You have no idea behind the scenes. I'm like, well, not with you behind the scenes. I'm not with you behind the scenes. Like, I'm like, but it's like, it's happening. And yes, you are going to, you're already an amazing teacher. Like, yes. And
yeah, I'm so excited for it.
Yes, I'm so excited for you. And then I am curious. There's two that come to my mind off the top of my head, but I am curious to give me a couple different things. The two things that are coming to my mind, but give me something that has completely, like when you did QIR, it completely blew your mind. Like you were like, oh my God. Did I really just...
Oh my God, there's so many. Oh, well, there's the obvious one, isn't there? So I wanted to gift you a session, didn't I? And I really wanted it. Part of it was almost, I wanted to give something back to you, and I wanted to give you a session. And also I really wanted to be like, right, I want to do a session on her. This is going to be like the best, like the best way. And I really wanted to see how that felt as well. So we did a remote session, didn't we? And I was in my healing room, and I was working with a particular frequency that how can we explain that frequency? How would you explain it without giving too much away?
So it helps you jump timelines is one of the biggest things that it does. Yeah. Like quantum leap.
Yeah, exactly. So it has kind of its links to time and timelines and portals maybe. And we were doing this session, and suddenly I called in this frequency, I activated the frequency, and the clock just fell off the wall. Bloop, crash down. And then I thought, well, that was weird. Carried on the session. That was really weird, particularly the timing. And then at the end of the session, bear in mind, it was not that time, was it? It was my time in England, which is what the clock should have said, was something like 7:30 p.m. or something like that. I've got the photo. And when I picked up the clock, the hands were on 11:11, and it all broken, all smashed, hadn't it? But these hands were on 11:11, and I was like, of course it is. Of course it is. Because 11:11 is something not only very, very important to a lot of us, but it's got particular for you, hasn't it? So yeah, we're just over here playing with the quantum field, throwing clocks off walls, and making them change numbers that mean something to us.
Right? Because I literally had, I didn't put it on today, but yesterday I literally had my 11:11 necklace on.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
I was literally like this, because I think the more you go through this training, the more you lean into is that full trust, full send, full trust, full send. But there's still moments where you're like, what? How did that just happen? But then you just immediately go, oh yeah, of course it did.
Obviously. Oh yeah. Yeah. That was the first one that I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because there was another situation. Yeah, John, thanks for connecting with us. So there was another situation that used that same frequency. And
oh yes.
Was it like with something with the job?
Oh yes. Yes. Oh my God. Do you know what? With this particular frequency, to be honest, it's happening all the time. So I was in a meeting, wasn't I? I was in a meeting, and I was thinking, God, this is really going on for ages. And I was thinking, I just wish I could speed up time. Called in this little frequency just to support myself, because I basically call in QIR all the time. And one of the things that I say to people about learning this modality is it actually can support you throughout the whole day. I can't tell you, I can't think of many moments when I'm not calling having it activated. And yeah, we had more clocks falling off the wall as well, didn't we? And then suddenly they were like, yeah, we're going to wrap this meeting up really quickly now. And I was like, oh. So yeah, it's all the things that are happening.
Funny. Like, we shouldn't be surprised, but it's still so funny.
No, we shouldn't. We should not be surprised about these.
No,
as well as that, some of the biggest things that have shocked me are the things that I have struggled with since being a very young girl. So some of like phobias, like being scared of things, not bothered anymore. Worries, anxieties, things that I know would have made me anxious or made me worry or concerned before. Now it's like, oh yeah, really? Okay, that's right. And it's
yeah.
Oh yeah, no problems.
When I talk about
and it's actually
exactly it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just, it is just that ability to just feel like, to know that those shifts are happening speedily. I mean, how quickly like certain things we've shifted through is crazy.
Yeah, it's criminal. We should not be.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it's absurd. We shouldn't be able to do this, but we do. Like 5-minute audio, you're like, okay, I'm good now. What's next? I'm like,
yeah, I'm over that now. Thanks. Yeah. Was I really upset about that? Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyway, I love it. Amazing. Anything else that you're feeling called to share?
I don't think so. No. Anything else you wanted me to share about?
No, I think we covered so much ground.
We've done quite a good lot, haven't we?
Yeah. We didn't break the internet this time, which is
thank God.
Only
just. Yeah, I know, and I feel really warm. It's really warm in the UK today, and I feel like I've got so excited. I'm glistening.
Well, we've flipped weather then because it is pouring here. Absolutely pouring. And there's never tornadoes in the city. There was a tornado on the other side of the city earlier. I was like, oh.
No way.
Okay, well, that's
happening. We're like heat wave, okay?
Yeah, that's crazy. But yes, okay, amazing. So this was so much fun, as always. I'm so glad that we got to finally connect this and make this work. I'm so excited for you to be launching or in launch for the certification program for Quantum Illumination Reiki. You guys go... Oh my gosh, you guys go give Louise a follow. And if you're feeling called to learn more about her sessions, about learning QIR through her, you absolutely can. Just reach out, DMs. I know you have a wait list as well. So you can definitely...
Yeah, in the bio.
Perfect. So go stalk her, give her some love. And I'm so excited for you, Louise. What was that? Was that a gong?
Do you know what it was? You're going to...
What's that?
It was, yeah.
You're done.
It was my little bowl was falling off. Sorry, everyone.
Oh.
And yeah, look, one of my drums, just beautiful.
That is stunning. Oh my gosh. I was like, gong, and you're done.
Yeah.
Louise and I will be on here for hours, so please go stalk her, go find her, go blow up her DMs, let her know what landed, what you loved most about this. Feel free to come into my DMs and let me know what you loved most about our live as well. And I can't wait to watch who magnetizes to you, to learn QIR through you. And I hope you have the most amazing rest of your day.
You too, darling. Thank you so much. Love you lots.
You're so welcome. Bye.